This is going to be real easy. I'm going to help you to know whether you are in the high frequency of a new earth, of great changes, and living in that reality. I'm going to explain what that means. Or if you're still on a path of low density, and you may not even be aware of this. Now, I talked about this in my last video. I'm going to discuss it today. We're going to talk about the dangers of media, but what I'm going to tell you about it's going to help you to know where you are and maybe take you into some more consciousness, because I know you're already conscious, you're on my channel, that's going to help you to maybe do that shift. All right, this isn't always easy. This is why we're here for each other. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. Yahoo! All right, so we talked about media, the dangers of media. You can't make a mistake. You're beautiful and perfect. You can do this a million times. We are eternal. However, the dangers of media, when you come into an existence of unconsciousness, that's what we are. We are the unconscious exploration of the conscious mind, the conscious one, the source. We are exploring what it's like to be unconscious. Isn't that cray-cray? Well, we've made it cray-cray, but we don't have to. So when you're unconsciousness, you're just not aware sometimes of what you're doing because you haven't sorted out what total consciousness is. And that's the game. We're supposed to, explore that and go back into that if we want to go into that new earth. What's a new earth? A high frequency. What is the high frequency? Singularity. Singularity, what does that mean? One. Oneness. Now here's what I want to talk about today that's going to help you really determine where you are and where you choose to go. Now, if positive channels of self-empowerment and telling you can do, be, have anything were popular, I would be #1 in YouTube with hopefully some other spiritual teachers. I don't even like that name. Names, labels. We don't even need labels. We are that. I am. Okay? I am that I am. However, when you don't know, you keep seeking that which you think is best and highest. The ego, because it's in unconsciousness, it is the unconscious energy field of this experience. It likes to divide things and separate, and it takes sides. This is why we talk about the death of the ego, but it actually never really dies. It takes a back seat here, because as long as we're here, an ego does exist, and so does fear and all these things. They don't have to be bad. Ego and fear, they can work in your favor, right? Fear helps you to get up every morning and go into work because you are afraid you might not be able to pay your bills. Or fear motivates you to do certain things. Fear is what's so great when you step out of a plane and you have a parachute on. No! Yeah! Why do we do that? We're fearful, but we do it anyways because there's something exciting and exhilarating in it. But when we take it too far, we go into separation and fear of the other. Now, media is very often in unconsciousness itself. Let's just say, the presenters of certain platforms, they are in unconsciousness often too, so they will think that they're doing something really good by telling you what to watch out for and who's bad and who's saying this, and they're tattling on others. They're doing this and did you know? I used to do that. I'd tell on my brother. He'd like, oh my God, I can't do anything. And you go tell mom. I'm like, yeah. And that's what they think they're doing is good, right? And it gets everybody in trouble. All right, sometimes you just have to walk away. And I know it's addictive, but that dangerous media I talked about can present itself as being good. Separation. Here we go. Here's the whole video. Separation is a low frequency. So I talked about anything you watch, listen to, believe that creates fear that prompts fear in you is not coming from a high frequency of love, light, unity, service to others. It is causing you to take a side. It's causing you to go into fear, all right? So you've got to say, is this prompting any fear that there are bad people, or that this is going on, or that my bank account will shut down, or that, this next, illness is going to come out? And so you're projecting all these negative things into the future. You're creating it, and they're helping you to do that. They're actually setting the stage for you. Let's give them some ideas. But we can't blame them. They're in density, they're making choices, but you have to be watching it. You have to participate in it. So if you blame them, oh, they're bad people, they're saying they're this and that and they're not. So now you're going into separation, and that's the low frequency. This is crazy, isn't it? Okay, well, we're on a cray-cray planet. It's pretty entertaining. I laugh a lot. In fact, some of you students know, anybody who's coached with me knows that I will laugh, sometimes at very inappropriate times, because I find such humor in what we're willing to believe and what we are fascinated with, and we allow ourselves to go down that rabbit hole. If it's separation, it is not the new earth. If it's pointing fingers, it's not the new earth. If it's fear, it's not the new earth. This is real easy to gauge where you are. Am I separating? Am I seeing good guys and bad guys? How can there be? The one is everything, making choices in every way, shape, or form. And when you see those negative, rotten people, that are the enemy, they're coming from fear. They are to be loved. We must send compassion. We must show other ways and choices. That's our responsibility, not condemnation. Judging what they're doing and saying you're wrong, you shouldn't, if they're the problem. It never ends. Separation continues. There's always a reason to separate us, and then they'll separate us. Why? Because, they're trying to get us to be automatons, all loving people. Oh my gosh, I won't be able to play the stock market anymore and lose my money every 10 years. Trust me, you'll be able to do that if you want. Do you want to live like that on that roller coaster? The media is dangerous because it seems so real and good, and they'll even name themselves good, and I'm this label. I use my name on everything because that's what I was given, but I'm not really Landria Onkka. I'm a light being, and so are you. And when we see past that, we can see the intentions of somebody and where they're coming from with their frequency. Are they speaking love and compassion? And you're not going to get it all right all the time. I know I don't. But when you're in consciousness, you're observing it, and you let's just say you catch yourself quickly in things that maybe the ego would choose. And it's easy to go into that separation because it seems so wrong to do certain things, doesn't it? How can that be right? I never tell you that you should be thinking that's right. You can think anything you want. It's wrong. We can label it wrong if you want to. You'll get to a point in awakening where you don't see right or wrong. You see a pathway and a choice that you don't know as a human being what the purpose of it is, but you know there is one, and it's beyond human comprehension. So when you go into acceptance that that's what their choices are, we also on that side of consciousness get to make choices to facilitate positive change in them, allow them to make different choices, and then we go in with compassion. But what we're doing is we're presenting a better choice. Let's say, it's not even better choice, let's say a higher choice, a more peaceful choice. And then they may make that choice. And we protect the dog, and we protect the baby, and we protect the planet. And we do it through showing that person who's doing things that are harmful that we still love them no matter what. And we're going to show them a different way, not condemn them and separate. It has not worked on this planet. And no, we don't open all the prison doors and let everybody go run cray-cray all over the streets. I'm talking about teaching new ways and allowing choice. There is cause and effect. There are consequences to all of our actions, whether it is in the material world or otherwise, well, it's always reflected in the material world. So in other words, when you make choices, it is always reflected. So when you're in separation and condemnation and judgment, it is reflected in the material world as that. And that's what you will get. You will not have the community love. You're not creating that yourself. However, enlightened beings will love you no matter what and always be there for you. And you're going to feel that, and you'll get a choice to love also. I hope this makes sense for you. You know what separation is. Separation is labeling, separating others from right and wrong, believing that there are sides to take. This is not the new earth. The new earth doesn't take sides. Come on up to the penthouse. There's a beautiful view, and we drink champagne up there. Right, Janice? And you're going to be up there. Why? Because you gave up all the things that are going to keep you in anger or fear or addicted to conspiracies. It's fun, isn't it? For a while. Is that where you want to live your life? It may seem a little boring up there in the penthouse. There's a lot more you don't know about. We can take it to the next level. Somebody said they prayed for me because I said we can walk through walls. I'll pray for you. I said thank you, because I always welcome prayer. And I pray for you too. But I asked them a question. If you don't believe that we can walk through walls, do you believe we can walk on water? Do you believe we can heal ourselves and others? Do you believe we can part the seas? I think you know where I'm going with this. Somebody did that. Then why can't we walk through walls? Spirits do. Why? They are not of the physical world anymore. And when you go in a super awakened state, a heightened state, you actually tap into those powers and abilities that are so expansive that you do not materialize in the way that we are as dense being, and you can actually walk through a wall. Will we do it in our lifetimes? Probably not. But it's possible, and you can walk on water. It was demonstrated. And we can part the seas. These things you shall do and more, ye are all gods. I'm here to tell you that. And if you don't believe it, then you will remain in limitations and separation. Only Christ could do that, even though he said that we could. You can't have it both ways, my friend. You either believe that or you don't. And either way, you're okay. Either way, I absolutely unconditionally love you. That's why I'm here. My whole life revolves around this. I've got some amazing things coming out. My book, Breakthrough Fear, Your Spiritual Butt Kick, is coming out in a few days. I'm so excited, and it will take you into a mind-bending space where there are no limits. And you'll understand, if you choose, what all this is. And no, I don't have all the answers. As humans, we can't. And I'm okay with that. And if you are, boy, we can go into a space that's so peaceful and amazing and beautiful. And it's community that's going to be there. It's the new earth. That's the new earth. It's not complicated. No more separation. No more negative media. If it doesn't reign true in here, shut it down. That's an energy field that you are absorbing and interacting with. And I shared this with you. You're telling YouTube, when you watch those channels, even this long, that that's what you like. And so it directs you to them instead of me. And some of you have lost me for a while. Where did Landria go? No, where did you go? YouTube sent you where you were choosing. And I wasn't one of those choices. And that's okay. So if you're watching this and you were one of those people, welcome back. You are going to do amazing things. All that stuff that's going on out there, get ready. You're going to experience an amazing new world. And you're going to be happy that those things are dissolving, because what's in store for you is so much greater and more beautiful than you can imagine. But those in fear and separation won't experience that. We'll be here for them. Will you be here? Yes, of course. You chose this. Let's do our job. or not. Either way, you are not going to ever make a mistake. Experience being beautiful. Experience being human. It's beautiful. You're beautiful. You cannot be anything but beautiful and perfect because you are the one source. That body you see, it's one beautiful creation. How can you think anything different? The one created you. The one doesn't make mistakes. I hope that you will subscribe and share my videos. Help me grow this channel. Help me tell YouTube that you do want positive messages. You ready for that? You guys know this is free. If you are in my list, you'll get all the announcements, all the coaching specials that I've been doing, all of the amazing things that I give out for free that have been changing people's lives. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.